Good morning. I'm here. I'm here live, getting all set up. I'm going to talk about a treat recipe today. So just getting all my stuff ready so that I could show it to you. We make dog treats. So easy to do. So easy to make dog treats. I make them all the time. And here's what I do. The recipe is on my website. So www.jessiethepitmix.com. There is a pull down menu with several recipes. I just added a brand new one over the weekend. It's Jessie's Pupcake recipe. So go ahead and give that a try and give me some feedback. A very easy cupcake recipe because she talks about cupcakes in her new book. So I needed to add a new recipe there. Okay, so how do you make dog treats? Super easy. I use a mixer. It's just easier that way. But you can mix it by hand. 2 cups of whole wheat flour. 2 eggs. Jessie likes organic. And I have to be really careful that she doesn't see this because she's going to think she can get some. She always gets to lick the spoon. 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And Jif is just the one that I really like. I don't know, I just use it all the time. But you do have to be really careful if you ever buy any off brands, because if they have xylitol in there for sweetener, xylitol is poisonous for dogs. So you want to be careful. Regular sugar in here is fine, but you just want to be careful and read the ingredients on your peanut butter before you give it to the dog. Okay, 1/4 cup. And then I use, in my recipe, it calls for 1/2 cup of canned pumpkin, but I don't have any canned pumpkin right now. So what I did was I peeled a sweet potato and cut it up and boiled it till it was super soft and I could mash it. And it was the same consistency as canned pumpkin. So you could use this instead of the pumpkin, or if you have a banana and it's really ripe, you can mash the banana and that works as well. So, all right, 2 eggs, 2 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and 1/2 cup of either pumpkin or any other soft dog-friendly fruit or vegetable that you have. Okay, and this was the only thing that fits on my desk right now, but I usually use, it makes enough to fill like twice, a pan that's twice this size. This was nicer than the ones I use all the time. And now I'm really gonna get their attention. This is what they look like when they're done. On the website, I have a picture of them looking like thumbprint cookies, like pressing, you press down your thumb. But lately, I just throw them on the parchment paper on the cookie sheet, and however they turn out, they turn out. Trust me, the dogs don't care. They don't have to be cutesy little bone-shaped or anything. They just love that they get homemade treats. Okay, so you want to cook them for 20 minutes at 350 in the oven, and then you turn off the oven and leave them in there about an hour. Even if you forget about it, leave them in there for 2 hours just to get them really crunchy. You don't want to have them mushy because then all kinds of things can go wrong. So you want to make sure they're crunchy. They last longer. How about that? They last longer when they're crunchy. And the dogs love them. Okay, gonna read Jessie today. Thanks for joining me. There she is. Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm a pit bull. I know. Pit bulls are mean. Ha, yeah, right. Well, I'm here to say you can't believe everything you hear. Enough of that. More about me. I must admit, I might be a little funny looking at first glance, but everyone thinks I am gorgeous, at least those that matter, and I happen to agree. My hair is soft and shiny and kind of short, definitely easy to manage. Can you imagine what those long hairs go through just to wash their hair? I'm also missing one of my front teeth. Puppy playtime, enough said. I'm mostly black with a thin white stripe between my eyes. It's a little crooked, just one of my beauty marks.
Who let the dogs out? 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 When the party was nice.
Here we go.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs?
Okay. And I have a splash of white around my nose that curls down my chin and makes a cute little shape on my chest. My whiskers, now they are funny. On one side of my face they're white, on the other side black. I guess I'm lucky they're not green. Can you imagine green whiskers? Now my best feature is my ears. They're what makes me unique. One always stands straight up, the other always flops down. Don't you think that is just the most precious thing? And I love to have my face petted. Well, back to my story. I wasn't always the light of Mom's eyes. I used to live at a house where everything wasn't so nice. It was okay at first. I would play and jump on the couch and run around the kitchen. That's where the tooth incident happened. But as I began to grow, my people put a thick collar on me and tied me to a tree in the backyard, even in the rain. I tried to get their attention using my ears, you know, that floppy and straight thing, and I would howl, but nothing seemed to work. It seemed like nobody wanted me anymore. I just sort of gave up. They never came out to play. They would never pet me. One night, when it was raining, I pulled at my lead, trying to get on the porch. It was wet. I pulled and twisted and slipped and slithered. All of a sudden, I couldn't feel the collar anymore. I was free. I scratched at the door, but no one answered. It was dark and cold. I looked around and ran along the fence. I found a loose board and pushed it with my nose. The board moved. I pushed a little more and the board fell off. Wow! I wondered what was on the other side. I squeezed through the hole, and all of a sudden, I was on the other side. I could run and run, say it with me, and run. When I stopped running, I was in a strange place. It wasn't a backyard. In fact, it wasn't a yard at all. There were no fences, no collars, no people. It was huge with rows and rows of vines growing on big stumps with clusters hanging down. That's kind of scary. Being in the vine yard wasn't so bad. Early in the morning, people would walk through the vines looking at the purple things. You know, those clusters. I tried eating them, but they were very sour. Anyway, I knew I had to hide, but I was getting really, really hungry. There was water in the ditches, but the only thing I could find to eat was what the peoples had dropped. Not much. It seemed like I was always hungry. One day, there was this person who kept calling me. Here, boy, here, boy. Can't you tell I'm a girl? Just look at me. Do I look like a boy? Anyway, he held out some food. It smelled like a chicken sandwich. Oh, did my mouth start to water. As I was eating the sandwich, he started to pet me. I didn't know how much I missed getting petted. I couldn't get enough. It felt so good. The man took me to a place called a shelter. There were lots of dogs there. Big dogs, little dogs, old dogs, and puppies. Even some pit bulls like me. The peoples gave me a bath. A girl needs her beauty treatment. And some water and treats. I like treats. They even petted my face. After a couple of days at the shelter, a family walked between the cages. I don't want a puppy, I heard the lady say. Then they looked at me. We stared at each other. Something clicked. I knew these were my peoples. I had to have them. I wagged my tail. I smiled. I jumped up and down. I tried to squeeze through the cage to get close to them. Everyone in the family petted me. It felt so good. She looks like a pit bull, Mom, the girl said, but it says lab mix on the card. She knows I'm a pit bull, and she can tell I'm a girl. Beautiful and smart. You know your dogs, the shelter person said. She is a pit bull. But she's so cute, the girl said. Look at her eyes. They sparkle. I put on my bestest smile. Aren't you a sweetie? Mom said. See how I called her Mom? There are a lot of them around, especially in the shelters, the helper person said. Christina, I think her name was. Pit bulls are normally very sweet and affectionate, just like any dog that is loved and cared for. Then they left. I thought I was going home, but they left. Now what was I going to do? I knew I would be stuck at the shelter forever. Later that afternoon, there was a big commotion in the hallway. My family was back, and they had brought all of their other dogs to meet me, just to make sure. I get along with everyone, so, of course, they loved me. Home I went with Mom, girl, and 3 other dogs. What a family! They're so lucky they found me. Really, I'm the lucky one. They took me to school where I learned to sit and stay and lie down, and I can shake hands. Well, pause. Mom takes me for walks every day. I even get to sleep with her on her big, soft bed. Sure beats being tied to a tree, you think? I love being next to her. She tells me how pretty I am. She gives me treats, and she tells me I'm a good girl. What more could a girl ask for? And you know what? She pets me. I love having my face petted. So if you have my book, the recipe is, that I went over with you, is back here. And it's actually in all of my books. It will also be in the new Gotcha book. as well as the cupcake recipe, as well as an actual meat sauce recipe for humans. So I'm adding a human recipe to my new book because it's Jessie's Gotcha Day in the new book, and she's going to go to Italy. So she talks about all kinds of Italian food. So something to look forward to. And I will keep you updated. It's kind of out of my hands, this phase that we're in right now. All of the text is getting put on the pages, and the editing process, as you know, takes a very long time. So, but I will be reading. I know my schedule is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I may be having a staff meeting on Mondays at 10 o'clock. So if that is the case, I will let you know on Friday. And if that is the case, then I will change to probably Tuesdays and Fridays. So got 2 days a week still. So, and after the school closures are over and things are back to normal, I may go ahead and keep doing this on Saturday morning anyway. I'm really enjoying this. And so I hope people are watching. I hope people are sharing. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you again Wednesday morning at 10. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.